Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited for today's video because we are trying out some new products to include the Nomad Fairy Tale Europe palette. I have been holding on to this for a second and finally diving in. Really enjoyed the color story, so we'll definitely discuss that. And then I've tried out a couple new products that I think are going to be my go-tos for a second. We'll discuss that in the video, so you definitely have to stay tuned for that. Before we jump into it though, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications to new videos, and if you like this video, make sure you hit a big thumbs up. But if you want to see how I got this look and what products I used, just keep watching. Okay, you guys, I usually do a dedicated video when it comes to Nomad releases, but I have some other makeup products that I picked up that I also want to try out and share with you guys. So we're gonna dive into the Nomad Fairy Tale Europe palette. Can we just appreciate this packaging? It is really gorgeous. So there's kind of like a holographic chromatic effect to it, and then on the front of it you can see like there's a application of the castle, which I think this one's supposed to be Neuschwanstein, which is in Germany. One of the pressed powders in here, or the shadows, is named Neuschwanstein. I did not get an opportunity to go and visit the castle, but it is what Cinderella's castle is based upon. Now, packaging is gorgeous. The color story is just as beautiful. I love this. So you have an entire row of neutral matte shades to include a black, a deep brown, and then some tans. Then there are 2 rows of shimmers. And to be more accurate, there's 6 versatile mattes, 8 Belle of the Ball shimmers, and 4 transforming multi-chromes inspired by Happily Ever After in Fairy Tale Europe. So I do have the container right here. It does give us the color story, but it also explains some details. And usually Nomad will do like a postcard. This time they switched it up because it's fairy tale. So they have a little fairy tale book. So The Princess and Her Kingdom. I was reading it a little bit and it starts out with, "Dear gentle reader, in a land far, far away, follow along a path of enchanted castles and storybook settings that have inspired so many beloved and timeless fairy tales." And then of course there is the story. So if you want to read it, absolutely. Now, what else? So destination is princess castles and storybook settings. The enchanting tales of Cinderella, Snow White, and others come to life in these magical destinations, from Alcázar de Segovia in Spain that originally inspired Disney to Sleeping Beauty's castle Schloss Neuschwanstein in Germany. Come with us to explore the inspiration for your favorite fairy tale and celebrate a world of happily ever after. And then each of their palettes, a portion of their proceeds go to an organization. This one is to support the UNESCO World Heritage Center that helps preserve heritage sites around the world, like the inspiring European castles. And I can tell you there are some gorgeous ones in Europe. I mean, that is where it all originates as far as like castles, and everywhere we went we saw a different castle or cathedral. So if you get the opportunity to go and explore Europe, definitely do it. I was joking with Emily about us being travel hackers because we kind of figured out how to go everywhere we wanted to go at a very affordable price point and still be able to save money while I was gone. That's not always the case. Travel is very expensive, but I don't know if you guys want to see it. Do you guys want to see how Emily and I kind of gallivanted around Europe and what sites we were using? If you do, put a little airplane in the comments and I will do kind of like a, this is how we maximized our time. I don't know if it's something that you guys want to see. But this I was so excited for when I saw the release of the Nomad European Fairy Tale palette. Emily and I both were like, we have to pick that up. She loves shimmers, not so much mattes. She's definitely a shimmer girly like me, but I do like having a matte in the outer corner and the crease just to kind of separate. I don't like shimmer all over the eye. But I do use a lot of shimmers. If you've been here before, you know that. But I'm excited to swatch this, dive in, see what the color story looks like. Now, looking at these pressings, so you've got the snowflake, you've got the trident for Little Mermaid, you've got the castle, you got the pumpkin carriage, the poison apple. But I'm looking at these and I'm like, ooh, this I'm excited for. And then looking at some of the names of the different castles, like Neuschwanstein, like I really wanted to get to Neuschwanstein Castle and visit it while I was there. It was also almost a 5-hour travel to Neuschwanstein from Wiesbaden. We did get to go to other ones. It made it to a bunch of different countries that I'm really excited I got to visit. But it's still on my bucket list and I will make it eventually one day. Now you guys, we're gonna dive in, we're gonna swatch this, we're gonna see what they look like. I don't know what I wanna do. I'm looking at all the colors and I was like, ooh, there's so many beautiful shades. So let me swatch and we will see. Okay guys, swatches did not disappoint. The mattes are so creamy and buttery. Beautiful swatches. So beautiful. I am really excited to be playing around with this palette. The shimmers and multi-chromes are absolutely breathtaking. The shade Snow White, the one with the poison apple, that shade in the pan looks like it's white with orange, but when you swatch it, it's got orange and yellow and pink and it shifts so much. The other shimmer shades in here, really gorgeous. The shade Belle, definitely the shade of her dress, that golden yellow. The Prince Charming shade is kind of like a peridot green, which is my birthstone. Really pretty. The pink tones. So you've got First Kiss, Fairy Godmother, and Cinderella. Those three pinky shades, really gorgeous. And I feel like the way it's set up, those 4 shades along with Snow White would be really pretty. And even like the lighter tones of tannish brown. Sleeping Beauty, that purple shade has so much different flakes of glitter in it that I can't focus. There's like greens and blues and pinks and purples. So much going on. And I'm not sure which way I want to go with this. Shades are beautiful. And then Magic Spell, the one with the trident in it. It's kind of a grayish green, but then when you swatch it, it has tones of gold glitter in it. Really pretty. I'm not sure which way I want to go. I'm not sure if I want to use Snow White and then mix it with one of the pinky tones or the purple tones. I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and clean the swatches off, prime my eyes, and I will come back with the way forward. Okay, you guys, I am ready to dive in. First shade is going to be Chateau de Chambord. This one I'm going to pick up on my fluffy crease brush and put it into the crease in the outer V. Also, I didn't even say anything about it, but on the mirror, it has stuff on here. Don't mind the mess on the table. The table is always chaos when I'm filming because I just have everything in front of me. You guys rarely get a behind the scenes of what it looks like on my table. And then even then, I still have to reorganize my skincare, which is right here. I've been trying out some other products lately, but it is chaos on the table right now. And it is kind of overwhelming. I need to clear off the table. There was one day where I was like, I'm just gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it all on the ground, start from scratch, make myself reorganize. And I was like, no, because then it'll be a bigger mess and then things will hide. I'm just trying to get things unpacked and put away, and also still decluttering my makeup collection and going through the drawers and checking expiration dates on skincare to make sure, like, I don't want to put new skincare in the drawers when I haven't even gone through the old skincare. It's a process and I'm trying to get through it, but also stay up on track of everything else I have going on in preparations for retirement and Luke's deployment. And there's just so much going on. The wedding, like, the to-do list is massive, you guys. That was really quick and easy to just place that and blend it out. Seamless. I think we're gonna stick with like the brownish tones. I was looking at black and I was like, oh, I kind of did like a calmed down smoky eye the other day. So I think we're gonna go into the deep brown. So we're gonna go into Neuschwanstein. Start out on the fluffy crease brush, place it, diffuse it, and then deepen it up. So it's that right here. These are blending out so beautifully. I'm not a fan of like hard packed shadows where I have to work and work and work. I want to be able to, and I'm ever so slightly dipping in because of how creamy and buttery smooth the shades are. The quality of Nomad shadows, beautiful, stunning. Some of the most exceptional shadows and their blendability. Just a little wiggle of the brush and you literally have a diffused outer V. All right, so that's diffused. We're gonna deepen it up a little bit with the compacted smudge brush. I'm gonna dip in ever so slightly because I just dipped in once. I don't want it to get too heavy and too blown out because the shades that I'm using aren't super dark. But I feel like with this palette and the neutral tones that it has and the formulation of them, I could get a deep, dark, blown out, smoky look really quick and in a heartbeat if that's what I wanted to do. I just want to keep it a little bit toned down. Like at the end of all of this, I'm going to take the lightest shade, blend on the outer edges just to diffuse everything. Just ever so slightly where I have my little crease crinkles. Now into the shade Sleeping Beauty. I think it's funny because I'm also going to use Snow White. So I'm just using the princess shades right now. All right, so I'm going to pick this one up on my middle finger. Ooh, look how silvery purple that is. Place it right here in the center before I pick up Snow White. Oh, that shade is gorgeous. I feel like this would also be really pretty with the black shade in there to smoke it up, but we're just gonna stick with the neutral browns today. And now into the shade Snow White. I'm gonna pick this up on my ring finger. You guys, it was raining all morning and now it sounds like I can hear thunder, but it's not raining, it's sunny out. I really hope it doesn't rain some more. This shade is really pretty. It is playing off of this purple and I don't know if you guys can see. I just don't know if it's picking up on camera the same way. Using my little silicone spatula. This has been one of my favorites lately. It definitely gets into that inner corner where I don't have to fight with my little ring finger trying to, my ring finger's not little. It just does not fit into this little crevice area. So being able to pick up the shade on the spatula and just finesse it in and drag it through, it just gives like the effect of fireworks. So place, pull through, place, pull through. Really pretty. We're not done yet. We've got more going. Okay, you guys, base products are done with the exception of blush, and that's because I have 2 blushes from a subscription box that I received. And we're going to try those out here after we finish off the eyes. Now, diving back in. Going to pop back into Chateau de Chambord. This one I'm going to take the entire length of the eye. I'm just going to pat it into place and then blend it ever so slightly. I'm also going to use this shade at the end on the fluffy crease brush just to blend out the crease area. Now into Neuschwanstein. The pressings on this palette are really gorgeous. This is just going to stay in the outer V. Just tap, 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 and then we will blend it out. Alright, so onto our compacted smudge brush. Pick up Neuschwanstein in the outer V. Finesse that. Just on the outer edge to make sure that the shimmer isn't too far out of where you want it to be. And then drag it under. Alright, and then back into Chateau de Chambord on a fluffy crease brush. Not a lot, just a little bit of extra product just on the outer edge. Really pretty, and I think with eyeliner this is going to look gorgeous. Okay guys, this is not a new highlighter. I just haven't used it in a while with you guys and it is really good. It's the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter in the shade Kitten. I've been trying to use more variety of my makeup products as I'm going through like my declutter. I haven't got it to highlighters yet and I was just like, oh, I used one the other day. I was like, yeah, that's not staying. But it's one thing to swatch it, it's another to use it, and I'm gonna have to be very cutthroat. All right, so this is kind of like a putty. Like, look how gorgeous and glistening that is. All right, so it does pick up well on a pencil brush. We're gonna put this in the inner corner. I was looking to see in the palette if there was a shade that I was gonna use, and there's not really like a champagne shade. There's a pink, but I don't really want to use that for like my highlighter. So this kind of has like a cool tone pinky hue to it, but it's not as pink as the eyeshadow. Really pretty, nice and icy. And then my Morphe M532, one of my favorites for my highlighter brush, and just on the brow bone. And like, so it goes on beautifully with a brush, but if you want it more intense, you can pick it up with your finger and apply it. All right, so that's where we are with the brow bone. We do have 2 blushes and then I'll finish off my highlighter. These were in my subscription box. They're the Fenty Beauty Suede Powder Blush. I have 2 shades. I have Lollipoppy and Petal Poppin'. So Petal Poppin' seems to be the shade that like I've been gravitating towards for today, kind of like the fairy tale, like bubbly pink cheeks. Whereas Lollipoppy is more of an orangey tone. So I'm gonna keep this one for later. I'm gonna swatch it. I'll go ahead and swatch that. I don't know why I closed. All right, so Petal Poppin'. Ooh, beautiful pinky shade. And it kind of has a sheen to it. And then we have Lollipoppy. Ooh, yeah, I'm not sure that I want to use the orange for today. Yeah, I want to use this one so bad. I did have a 3rd shade, which I put in the giveaway drawer. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up here soon. All right, diving into this shade. And I ever so slightly dipped in because I don't want to do like overly intense because this is a powder. I'm not powdering on top of it. When I do my creams, I definitely will make it more intense knowing that the powder is going to subdue it a little bit. But this is building beautifully. Really pretty shade. I really like this. And crazy enough, when they came out, I didn't pick them up. I think they had came out right as I was like deploying. Ooh, really like that. It's a beautiful flush of pink. Now finish off the look with highlighter. This putty highlighter is gorgeous. It's one of my favorites. This is not getting decluttered. I always like the Stila, like, what are they? The glitter shimmer shadows, the liquid eyeshadows. They have some gorgeous products. I just gave Emily, I let her go through some of the stuff that I was thinking about getting rid of. And I let her grab a couple things. And she grabbed a Stila eyeshadow palette. It was all shimmers. She's like, it's so gorgeous. I think it was one of their holiday releases. You can just keep building it up and it'll be so beaming. And it looks like second skin. It doesn't grab on my texture or anything like that. Like, it just looks so smooth. Okay, you guys, and now for the waterline. So REVANT sent me their gel eyeliners. They sent me 6 different shades. I have black, brown, gray, blue, green, and purple. So the one thing with eyeliners, I like to stick with black in the waterline, but I've been playing around a little bit. There was, what did I have? I think I had gold in the waterline the one day, so then I went with the nude shade. But depending on what you use can accentuate the color of your eyes. And so because I have green eyes, if I use a green eyeliner or shadows, it makes it pop more. Same thing with browns. Those also help make my green pop more. I've just always been a fan of black in the waterline. That's just me. It's always been my like emotional support eyeliner. Now, these are great because they say they're 24-hour wear, vibrant, long-lasting, lightweight, and easily to apply, safe for sensitive eyes. My eyes sometimes water because of allergies, so I'm always looking for something that's going to last. Built-in tip sharpener, and then there's a bunch of different information as well. Smooth formula, easy glides without tugging, weightless and waterproof. Cult favorite formula to deliver deep, saturated color to make your eyes the center of attention. And I love focusing on my eyes. Now, do I need every single shade? Probably not. But I know I'm going to definitely be using the black. I'll probably keep the brown as well. And I would love to play around with the green. I don't think I've used green lately, but let's see. And so right there is the little sharpener. Now I'm not going to grab my big mirror. I'm just going to use my little hand mirror. So the one thing I like with a waterline eyeliner, especially a gel one, I like that I don't have to worry about like pulling down on my lower lid to be able to drag the color across. It automatically just goes into place. It's easily depositing color, you guys. I absolutely love that. I hate using a pencil that, like one of the sharpening pencil liners, because if it gets dull, I have to be able to pull my lash away from my eyelid or my eyeball, because I did snag my eyeball one time and it was not a good day. I had to get eye drops and go and see the doctor. That was so easy. Do you guys see the difference? You guys, that is so easy. I'm really excited for this. I am so excited to see how long it lasts. It's waterproof. It's supposed to be 24 hours. If it lasts all day, game changer. I have some that are meant to last for 12 hours or 16 hours. I don't know anyone that's wearing them 24 hours, but depending on what you're doing, who is it? There's a flight attendant that I follow. And they have some long shifts if they're doing like international flights. And I know I've had long watch rotations. So having an eyeliner that lasts all day, like I need that. But I'm really excited, especially because there's so many different shades, like the browns, the purple. The purple looked very vibrant. Let's see. Ooh, that's gonna be gorgeous. And then the green. You guys, that's gonna be gorgeous in the waterline. I'm gonna have to play around with these. So excited. Have you checked them out? And their price point is not that bad. I would say they're more on the affordable side than very expensive, especially because drugstore is kind of meeting with Sephora prices right now. So their price point is actually really good. Okay, let me go do my brows, liquid liner, and mascara, and I'll be back for lips. Okay guys, now all we have left is the lips, and I've been loving the lip stains I've been trying. I just tried the Sachu Peel Off Lip Liner stain. That one's really good, and then I put a lip gloss on top of it. This one just popped up on my TikTok feed, and I went to go purchase it. The shade I wanted was sold out, so I went to their actual site. This is the KULFI Lip Oil Lip Stain. What's the actual name of it? Lassi Lip Staining Lip Oil. So the shade I wanted was Sweet. I wore this one to work today. It was gorgeous. Now, because I wore my makeup to work today, I had a makeup melting balm. It did come off with that, but the shade was gorgeous. It lasted the entire time I was at work, and my lips were nice and hydrated and juicy. And then just to be able to apply a lip gloss on top of it, no problem. The shade was still there. And yes, it starts out as this shade with the lip oil, but once it like stains your lips, it is a little bit deeper than this shade. Now, I do have two other shades. I picked up Black Cherry. I was looking at this, I was like, ooh, I like a beautiful red. But I also don't like reds that, like, when I wear a lip gloss, it kind of bleeds down. So if I can get a red lip stain, I'm sold. And then I also picked up Tamarind. It's a dark brown. I have been gravitating towards these shades a little bit more. I'm not truly in love with the deep dark brown shades in every formulation, but I was intrigued to try this out and see what it looks like on my lips. I don't know that this is the vibe tonight, but I'm intrigued to try out the red shade Black Cherry. So KULFI Lassi Lip Oil. I will link everything down below so you can check it out if you're interested. I did not get mine on TikTok Shop because it didn't have the shade Sweet, and then on their site, I think because it was my first time purchasing from them, I got a discount, so I appreciated that. I know TikTok Shop, a lot of times things are on sale, but sometimes on their sites, they're also matching their sales. So I'm intrigued. I'm really excited to try this out. Also, I will probably do little TikTok videos of each of the shades to place on my TikTok. So go check those out. Maybe I'll try and do a reel, but I'm for sure trying out Black Cherry. I'm so excited for this. Gorgeous. I didn't put it all the way to the edge when I first put it on. I just kind of put it on and then rubbing my lips together, letting it feather itself out there, and I'll finesse it as I need to. All right, now the top lip is always my favorite. Trying to figure that one out. But can we appreciate this shade? She's gorgeous. Also, you guys, I never dipped back into the bottle to get more on my applicator. This is gorgeous. I am gonna see what it looks like after it sits there for a couple minutes. I will come back with a little tissue, wipe it off so we can see, and then I'll probably go back and apply like a lip gloss on top of it. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm loving this cherry red shade right now, but we're gonna go ahead and wipe off the lip oil glossiness that's going on right now. It is really gorgeous. And then I did pull out my Lawless Forget the Filler lip gloss. It looks pink. It comes on a little bit more clear, so I just figured, you know, lip stain, then a lip plumper, lip gloss kind of vibe. Look how pretty that is. It's just trying not to make a mess outside of my lips. You guys, this is no lip oil, no lip gloss, pretty. Very gorgeous. I love this shade. I still like my lips to be a little bit glossy, but if you wanted to just still keep applying this, I don't know if it's going to get deeper. I don't know that that's what I want it to do. So we're going to go ahead and go in with this lip gloss, see what it looks like. I just got this in one of my subscription boxes. It's a repurchase because the other ones that I had in my collection have since expired, and I wanted to pick up the shade. This one's in Juicy Watermelon. Oh, so good. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think about this lip stain. I like how my lips have turned out. Definitely like in the summer when you've just had, what is it, one of the bomb pops and it's got the red, the cherry flavored popsicle. That's what this reminds me of, is like after you've just eaten that bomb pop. This is gorgeous. Okay, you guys, you're gonna have to let me know. This is the final look. What are you thinking? The eyeshadow palette, really like this palette, the color story, the concept behind it. This was after my heart, especially as I was leaving from Germany. I knew that I wanted to have this in my collection, whether I used it or not, I was gonna pick it up. The color story is quite gorgeous. I love the shimmers. I love that we have 2 rows of shimmers. We only have 1 row of mattes. I love a beautiful shimmer or a multi-chrome. The shades I use, Snow White and Sleeping Beauty, both really gorgeous. I like how my eyes turned out, really pretty. And then that brown, just to keep it a little bit more subdued instead of going so intense with a deep black smoky eye. But we could definitely do that with this palette. Y'all are gonna have to let me know, are you picking up this palette? Did you pass on it? Were you not sure? I'm intrigued. I like their color story. I love the formulation of Nomad eyeshadows. They get it right. The eyeliners, I'm really intrigued to see how long my eyeliner lasts. I do have dinner plans with a friend when I'm done with this. So we're gonna wear it the rest of the night. It is currently 4 o'clock. So I still have a couple hours of wear, and then tomorrow I'll definitely wear it all day. So I'll put it in I'll update the drop down box so you guys can get those details about the eyeliner. The blush, I've wanted to try it for a little bit, but I just hadn't picked it up, and it ended up in a subscription box, so I knew I needed to try it. The shades are really pretty. I do like the pinky shade that I have on my cheek right now. Really gorgeous. And you guys, I'm boggled by this lip stain. I do like the peel off lip stain. There's a couple different varieties, but there's not a lot of work that goes into it. And like I said, I wore Sweet to work today. It's gorgeous. It is a deeper tone than this pinky shade. It was more of like it wasn't necessarily a red, but it wasn't a light pink. There was enough of a tint that it was like my lips, but a little bit deeper. Really gorgeous. I'm excited to try out Tamarine. Let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comments. Let's have that conversation. I'm really excited to know what you guys think. But you guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications of new videos. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Until my next video, you guys, bye. I'll see you in the next one.